He who does not work, neither shall he eat. Extremely capitalist, right? It completely neglects people incapable of work and reinforces the idea that we should be slaves to our jobs. Except that this was actually one of Lenin's favorite slogans. Like, the Lenin who basically created the Soviet Union, the biggest communist of the 20th century Lenin. He thought that those who do not work should not eat. Wait, but I thought socialists were all about welfare and equality and helping the poor. Since when did they want to force us to work? Well, since forever? Here's the thing, everything you know of socialism is wrong. Free healthcare isn't socialism, despite what Republicans and Bernie tell you. In fact, here's a fun little essay by Marx, the guy most associated with socialism, where he argues that equality is bad. Let me directly quote him. With an equal performance of labor and hence an equal in the social consumption fund, one will in fact receive more than another, one will be richer than another, and so on. To avoid all these defects, right instead of being equal would have to be unequal. Okay, let's backtrack. If not equality in the big welfare state, then what do socialists want? The answer is that they want pay to be proportional to work, and therefore for people who don't work to not be paid. To be even more specific, they want workers to control the means of production, which means that the only people who own factories and companies should be the people working within those structures. This then has a bunch of different offshoots. One offshoot was the USSR, which thought that, hey, let's just do that by having the state own everything. And then that ended terribly. If you're curious about why, then you can check out my last video. The other version of socialism is sometimes called market socialism, where you literally say that all companies need to be worker cooperatives. This in turn means that people aren't allowed to invest in companies that they don't work at, and that you can't create a company and pay someone to do something for you. Let me elaborate on that last bit. Right now you can get an idea for a firm that produces chairs. You then hire a guy and pay him $10 for each chair he makes. You then sell these for $15 and make a profit. So a socialist would say that your profit was exploitation, since you don't put in labor to make that money. So they would just not let you do that. Okay, so what's capitalism then? If it turns out that socialists are the ones who dislike equality and want to make everyone work, then what do the capitalists want? The basic answer is that they just want to not ban profits, and they want to not ban investments in firms where you don't work. Capitalist countries will let workers own firms if they want to. A good example of this is the Mondragon Corporation in Spain, which is a huge worker cooperative with over 80,000 employees, and it's in a capitalist country. The whole idea of capitalism is that you allow different competing models of firms and the most efficient one will win out. Socialists reject the capitalist embrace of efficiency and instead focus on abolishing what they consider to be exploitation, i.e. profit. And to answer a final question, what the hell is Sweden? Or Denmark? Or what should we call it when countries offer us free healthcare or free college? Well, it's complicated. These ideas have often been embraced by socialists because they think that they can empower the working class and help them overthrow capitalism or something. But they have generally been most effectively implemented in capitalist countries which allow for the existence of profits. These policies are best referred to as social democratic. The idea is that you create a nicer version of capitalism. You employ its ability to efficiently create an immense amount of goods and combine it with some income redistribution so that people don't suffer. So the next time you hear someone arguing that capitalism forces us to wake up and go to work on a Monday morning, just tell them that under pure socialism, you would have to starve if they did not work. This video was made possible with help from the University of Georgia, bringing quality education to Georgia and beyond.